These serve also as a court of justice, and lawbreakers are haled before it. The worst punishment meted out is to have the culprit stand with his back to the screen during the Saturday night movies. I have tried to persuade the boys that this is too severe, but they voted to keep the rule as it stands. Our resident citizens now number over 200, boys of every race, creed, and color. The only two qualifications for citizenship in Boys Town are that a boy be homeless and that there's room for him. No boy ever leaves Boys Town except to better himself. Our spirit extends far beyond our grounds, and there's scarcely a city in the United States that I visit, but someone comes up, says, "Hello, do you remember me? I'm Johnny Jones from Boys Town." Our boys are given an education to fit them to meet life, and they make good. It's a deep satisfaction to me to receive letters from young men who have not forgotten us, young men writing on the stationery of well-established firms, like the lawyer who worked his way through a state university and is now the youngest practicing lawyer in his state. It proves to me, as nothing else ever has, that there's something more thrilling than boy meets girl. It's boy finds himself. If you're interested in these success stories, as I am, you may be glad to know that I'll soon have a radio program based on Boys Town histories, and I hope you'll let me know if they interest you. I'm sure many of you saw the MGM picture called Boys Town with tonight's star Spencer Tracy playing the part of Father Flanagan. It's a humbling experience to see yourself played by someone else. No one was more delighted than I when Spencer won the Academy Award for being me. I still lie awake nights wishing I were really as fine as he made me. And in case you don't know it, when Spencer received that little statue, he didn't take it home and put it proudly on the mantelpiece. He wrapped it all up securely, addressed it to Father Flanagan at Boys Town, Nebraska, and took it to the post office. If I'd won the award myself, I couldn't be more proud to look at it daily as I do. The boys are pleased as punch, and the little figure is a member in good standing at Boys Town. Thank you, Mr. DeMille, for the privilege of being a guest on the Lux Radio Theater. If I may, I'll tell you a secret. We listened to your program at Boys Town, and I'll bet right now that the boys are hoping with me that Bill will be the right guy before the end.
That's it.
You've earned a nation's gratitude, Father Flanagan, for remembering boys whom the world forgot. In Hollywood again, we resume A Man's Castle, starring Spencer Tracy and Loretta Young. It's a few hours before the robbery planned by Bill and Bragg. Over on Broadway, the last act of a musical comedy is drawing to a close. Bill waits in the wing. At the finish of her number, Faye LaRue runs from the stage into Bill's arms.
Yeah, I gotta see you a minute.
Come on over here. You look worried, hard to forget. But you shouldn't. We're closing the show next week. It looks like that trip to Italy is in the bag. How does that sound?
Great, but I can't go.
Can't go? Are you kidding?
I told you my trademark, didn't I? Subject to change without notice.
I know, but I've arranged everything.
I'm sorry, but I can't go.
What's happened?
I let myself in for something on the installment plan.
What is it?
I'm in a jam.
Oh, I guess I know what it is. It's a girl.
You're a fortune teller.
It is, isn't it?
Search me. I won't know myself for a while.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I won't be around then to find out.
Listen, don't be a sap. If you're taking it on the run, you might as well run to Italy.
No, it's different now. I don't know why, but it is. So long, Faye. Good luck.
Easy to meet, hard to forget.
What'd I tell you, Bill? I can open this safe with a nail file.
You ain't got it open yet.
Not so loud.
Hey, look at this.
What are you doing there?
Look at this gadget here.
What is it?
Ain't that a hot one? Wait till I wind it up and see what it does.
Say, what are we here for? To kick in this safe or play with toys? Come on.
Just a second. I want to see how it works.
Cut that out.
Give me that. Keep your hands up.
What's the matter with you? You want to wake up the old geezer?
If this wakes him up, what's going to happen when you blow that safe?
I still think you ought to go back and tap him on the head like I told you. I'd feel a lot better if he was gagged and tied up.
Ira wouldn't hurt a fly.
Well, just the same, you go over and open that window there.
What for? We're up 3 stories.
There's a fire escape.
Sure is a swell night out. Look, you can see the old river from here. And the camp, too. The moon sure looks slick on that water. Yeah, I think when I blow out of here, I'll hit the waves instead of the ties. Maybe on a freighter. Did you ever go downtown and get the smell of them ships that come in from China and them places? I wonder what Hoosits is doing. I'm going to take this toy home to her. She can give it to the kid.
Will you can that and lend me a hand? We gotta get out of here. Bill, listen, will you?
Shut up.
What's the matter with
You know, I don't like this job.
What?
I don't like it.
Are you nuts?
Maybe, but I got a funny idea. I always got along before without pulling this kind of a stunt. I got along swell. I don't want to change my luck.
You mean you were walking out?
Yeah, I'll see you around.
Oh, no, you don't. Get back here.
You ain't going to try to stop me, are you?
No,
Then shut up. If I feel
Bill,
like...
listen. There's someone outside.
It's Ira. Get out of the window.
Who's there?
Get out, quick.
Stand or I'll shoot.
Don't move. Do you hear?
Sure. Hi, Ira.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Hey, for a guy that reads Bibles, you shoot pretty straight, don't you? Son of a gun, you might have killed me.
Served you right if I did. Somebody ought to teach you a lesson. Young squirt like you going around robbing places.
Yeah, it's a low-down thing to do with that, ain't it? But if you had that money as bad as I do, you wouldn't be so particular.
Who was that man with you? The one that got away?
Him? I don't remember the name. I never met the guy before tonight.
I see. All right, Bill.
What's the matter, Pop? What are you looking so sour about? Are you disappointed in me?
I'm not thinking of you. I'm thinking of your wife.
My what?
Your wife, Trina, who trusted herself into your hands, who looks up to you.
My wife. Never thought of Trina as a wife. She's just Trina. What's that?
Somebody set off the burglar alarm. There'll be cops all over the place in a few minutes. Well, what you standing there for? Go on, beat it. Hurry before they get here. Go on.
Okay, Ira, thanks.
Did you call me, Bragg?
Yeah, come in quick. It's about that guy of yours.
Bill? What?
He got nabbed robbing the safe at the toy factory. They caught him with the goods.
Oh, no, you're joking, Bragg. Bill wouldn't do a thing like that. Bill ain't a thief.
That's just it. Stepping out of his class. That's why he got caught. And he was shot, too, trying to get away.
Shot?
Wait a minute, honey. Don't get upset. He may go up the river for a spell, but I'm still around. I'll always be around, baby, to take care of you.
Let me out of here.
There's no hurry. I'll be here. Only with Bill and the jug, you're going to need a man around. Come on, kid. You might as well shake yourself out of it. Mooning around won't get you no place. He's gone, ain't he? I tell you, he's gone.
You're a liar, Bragg. He ain't gone.
Flossie.
Bill just got home. I saw him go into the shack a minute ago.
Bill.
It was mighty decent of you, Bragg, to offer to take care of Trina. I didn't know you had it in you.
Look, Flossie, nobody asked you to butt in.
I'm getting sick of your two-timing, Bragg. Very sick.
Ah, shut up. Go on, beat it.
Stand still, Bill. Let me fix it. Here, hand me that bandage.
It's all right, I'm telling you. Just grazed me, plowed a little meat off. What's eating you? You think it was you got drilled instead of me?
Oh, I wished it was me. Bill, why did you do it? Why?
I couldn't check out leaving you high and dry, could I? That dough would have taken care of you fine, but I flopped.
Well, I'm glad you did. I wouldn't have taken that money anyway. I'd have given it back.
Yeah, how do you suppose you'd have got along? It takes money to have a kid, don't it?
Honestly. For a strong, husky man, you're awful afraid of a little thing that ain't even born yet. My goodness, if I'd known it was going to scare you that much, I never would have told you. Gosh, Bill, I'd just gone away myself, but I didn't know you were such a coward, darling.
Coward?
Sure. Afraid of a baby. Why, it's the most natural thing in the world, you big fool. They're born all the time, and if they happen to be men kids, they just never grow up. They just keep reaching for the clouds all the time and listening to train whistles. Oh, Bill, you're such a silly. Robbing a safe to get money when you always said you never had no use for money.
It wasn't for me.
For me, I know. But I don't need it. I don't need anything, not even you, Bill. It ain't as if you ever said you loved me. You never did. And I don't blame you. Don't you suppose I know I'm just a stick in the mud, a barnacle, that's what I am. I've held you back and messed up your plans, but I didn't mean to, honestly, I didn't. You can go, sweetheart, and stay as long as you like. Maybe someday you'll come back, huh? Oh, not for good, I don't mean. Just for a visit, sort of. You might get lonesome and curious and want to know what your son looks like, maybe. Gosh, Bill, even birds can't fly all the time. They get tired and want to come home sometimes. They got nests, ain't they?
Trina.
Oh, Bill, please, I want you to feel right. I want you to be happy. I'll do anything, Bill, if you'll be happy. I'll give up anything, but please, Bill, be happy.
Bill,
Yeah, what?
you better get out of here now. Cops are on their way.
How do you know?
I got inside information from a stool pigeon pal of mine. Your freight train's waiting. You better hop aboard.
No, I'm sticking around.
Take my word for it. If you hang around here, you're due for the stir. And I don't mean a weekend. The quicker you scram, the better.
No, I ain't gonna leave Hoosits.
Well, you dumb sap. Want to take her with you? Did you ever think of that?
No. What about it, kid? You want to come?
Wherever you go.
You know what it means.
Wherever you go, Bill.
All right, get your things. What are you thinking of?
Oh, I'll certainly miss it. It was such a beautiful stove.
You can always get another one on the installment plan. A better one, too.
But it'll never really be ours unless we stick in one place long enough to pay for it. And you don't want that. You want to be free, Bill.
Yeah. You know, I've been thinking a lot about that freedom business. I believe in it. It's great stuff. But, well, maybe it ain't always a question to keep it on the move. There's another kind of freedom, too. Up here in your head and here in your chest where your heart is.
Bill.
And right now I got a very funny feeling, Trina. You know, even birds have got a homing instinct. And I got a feeling we're going home.
Home? Where is that, Bill?
I don't know. Somewhere. Someplace that suits us. We gotta find it soon, too. You know, a freight car ain't no place to bring up a kid.
Oh, Bill.
Little Hoosits. Funny little Hoosits.
Leaving Bill and Trina on a train headed home, we sidetracked Spencer Tracy and Loretta Young for a few moments.
And before I say anything else, I want to congratulate Spence on his magnificent achievement.
Yes, the way he wins Academy Awards, he could be prosecuted for maintaining a monopoly.
Oh, yes, I know, but I was referring to something else. You know, Spence has conquered what to him are still greater heights. After 5 long years of terrific plugging, success at last is in sight. Time and time again, he's been right on the verge, and he never could do it. But now, finally...
Hey. Take it easy. Maybe some member of the EGBTS is listening in.
The what? What's that?
That is a very powerful organization, CB, which has dogged me for 5 years. EGBTS is the Everybody Goes But Tracy Society. In brief, since 1934, I've been saying that next month I'm going to Europe for a vacation. But at last, it looks as if I'm really going. In April, I'll be on my way for London and Paris.
April isn't here yet, Spence. You've made plans before, you know.
You wouldn't want to be April Fool. After all, the best laid plans of mice and leading men.
If you're trying to discourage me, you might as well give up. I'm going in spite of the fact that few things ever come up to long-planned expectations. Of course, there are exceptions, like being on this program, for
And
instance.
the product that it stands for. Excuse me, Ben, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Go right ahead, Loretta. He's used to waiting.
Well, I was simply going to say that in all the years I've been using Lux soap, I've always found it delightful to use, and much more important is its wonderful help in keeping my complexion smooth and lovely. So, naturally, I never overlook a chance to put in a good word. Such a good friend. But getting back to your philosophy...
No. Let's talk about you now. And your third telephone pick, Alexander Graham Bell. I hear it rings the... what shall I say?
Never mind. I follow you, and I'll know better when I get back from the preview tomorrow night in San Francisco Fair. But where did you get the idea that I had done 2 other telephone pictures?
Well, I was thinking of Private Number and The Call of the Wild. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I didn't see either one of them. Take it
Mr. Tracy, let's just make believe that I've hung up on you, huh? Many thanks, Mr. Mill. Good night.
You've turned everybody's home tonight into a man's castle.
Mr. DeMille has an important announcement for you about next Monday night's Stars and Play. You'll hear it in just a moment. Featured in tonight's play were Martha Wentworth as Flossie, Perry Ivins as Ira, Margaret Brayton as Fay LaRue, Paul Hilton as a small boy, Frank Nelson, Lou Merrill as manager of restaurant, and Sybil Harris as a mother. A Man's Castle was adapted from the motion picture of the same name, produced by Columbia Pictures Corporation. Spencer Tracy's next MGM film is Northwest Passage. Louis Silvers appeared through courtesy of 20th Century Fox Studio, where he's in charge of music for the story of Alexander Graham Bell. Be sure to listen to the new Lux daytime radio program, The Life and Love of Dr. Susan, the story of a courageous woman in search of her destiny. You can hear it over most of these stations in the United States every afternoon, Monday through Friday, at 2:15 Eastern Time, 1:15 Central Time, 3:15 Mountain Time, and 2:15 Pacific Time. This new daytime program, The Life and Love of Dr. Susan, comes to you in addition to the Lux Radio Theater. Mr. DeMille.
California and Alaska had their furious, fabulous gold rushes, and no less fantastic was the wild scramble for silver in Colorado. Out of this mad race for riches, a strange man emerged. Around his life, our play next Monday night is woven. His rise to power, his dreams, and around the two women whose devotion to him was his last and greatest possession. Arousing on the screen, our play is called Silver Dollar, and brings back an old friend to our stage, that splendid star Edward Arnold. He'll appear in the company of two widely requested favorites. Number 1, and from the original cast, Number 2.
Right.
Our sponsors, the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, join me in inviting you to be with us again next Monday night when the Lux Radio Theater presents Edward Arnold and Number 1 in Silver Dollar with Number 2. This is Cecil B. DeMille saying good night to you from Hollywood.
Your announcer has been Melville Ruick.